Let us start with the new topic, that is the sizing of PVC system. Now, sizing of PVC system is a very important. Here it explains that PV arrays, PV array or inverter, whatever cable, isolator, combiner box, whatever you are using, that has to be of a different sizing. That sizing has to be matter, and it has to check with the sizing other how it will happen and how the sizing take place so PV array, for example, PV array, we should consider the maximum. What is the maximum current? Inverter is the inverter specification which you have to check, and you have to take the specified in specified calculation for this one. And we have tried to take the maximum power from this one. So in this one, what happened? Arrays, PV arrays is very important. So when we are connecting a PV array to the inverter, it has to be checked that the maximum output of the PV array should be given to the inverter, and inverter should be having the maximum efficiency and the maximum value where it can be transferred. So this calculation of the maximum values or if particular ratings is done by using the softwares are there, many software they are being using to calculate, to do the calculation for this one. Proper calculation has to be done. And for example, if you see the cable also, the size of the cable also should be proper, and it should match with the output, what the output you are giving, and the system loss has to be considered. So local standard also should be kept in the mind, and availability, derating and sizing, this all plays very important role in calculation. Now matching voltage is very important. First, the voltage of the PV array should match with the inverter, and the cable also should carry so much the a maximum amount of current. In this one, this if you see, this one is they have shown particularly the performance. This is basic PV component showing the major component, their performance it is showing. For example, PV array is there, it is affected by temperature, dirt and exposure. Cable, it is affected temperature, exposure, sizing. Isolator affected by the exposure and sizing. This is the diagram. It is taken from one of the module. In this one of the module, you can see the electrical data. You can see maximum power data is given about the module. A module, particular module, what is the power it gives, what is the voltage, and maximum system voltage 1000, that is there. You have to consider all this data before installing. And here this is V versus I curve, which is very important for calculation. There are many things which is considered while selection of the PV model or the inverter. The main thing is the maximum power point tracking, that is called as MPPT is considered. It shows the range with the specified minimum and maximum voltage. So what happen when you are taking the values, when you are taking, you have to consider the maximum voltage and the minimum voltage for this one. So that point shows that array above that one cannot work, and lower than that one also cannot give any energy, proper energy. So that point MPPT has to be considered. So it has to be discussed properly. And when a server modules is connected in series to form a string, or server string connected in parallel to form an array, that time we have to check the what is the output voltage of a single string or single string, and that output voltage has to be checked properly, and you have to see that it should be calculated the maximum voltage what it is obtained from the PV models. It is very important. So for example, the maximum voltage, within that maximum voltage the array has to be it has to work. Below that the performance decreases. So in case of inverter also it remains the same. The MPPT range, it is a consider a range is there where maximum and minimum voltage is considered for a PV model or for a inverter. Another thing is the temperature also plays very important. Maximum minimum temperature at the side also is very important. So when we are installing any PV system, that time maximum temperature and minimum temperature of that area has to be recorded, because because what happen, PV model cell will operate at particular temperature. For example, if temperature is less than 26, efficiency increases. Efficiency is good, but as the temperature increases, it reaches 50, 60, then there is a lot of problem. It may damage the cells also. Cells also. So temperature, considering the temperature, the PUC model has to be selected. For example, in the cold climate it is a different, or in the hot climate it is much more different. So let us consider some examples. In the Sydney. If you see the Sydney, Australia, the temperature varies from 0 to 50 degrees. So the PV cell should operate below 0 degree also, and above 50 degree also. So they have given that ambient or minimum temperature for the solar PV cell is 0 degree, whereas the maximum cell temperature it can operate is 50 plus 25, that is 75 degree. Whereas in Germany, Berlin, the temperature varies from -10 to 30 degree. That time the minimum temperature cell temperature should be -10, and whereas the maximum it should be plus it should be 65 degrees. So it is a very important that temperature should be considered, whereas the temperature of the PV cell should be a maximum than the ambient temperature. So ambient temperature and the general information, this all it is provided in PV model data set. Temperature coefficient also is very important. The temperature, with the help of temperature coefficient, we can calculate at what range it can operate. And it is important that the PV model system, that voltage should not decrease to a minimum value of the inverter. If inverter is having a minimum voltage, and that voltage and that if PV cell is giving less than the minimum voltage of the inverter, then the inverter will switch off and will not work. Care has to be taken for this one. And here some formulas they have given for the temperature. If the temperature is higher than 25 degrees, this formula can be used. And here the various data electrical characteristic from model data sheet it is given. So you can see number of cells in series, open short circuit voltage, maximum power voltage, that also given in this one. And you maximum system voltage, the system maximum voltage it can work. For example, it is providing 24 volts, it is providing 24 volts, but the maximum which it can operate or it can work is still 1000 DC, 1000 volts. In 1000 temperature, some temperature coefficient for model data sheet, this is there. You can see temperature coefficient they have given at what happens. It is a percentage change. Temperature coefficient percentage changes when temperature increases. For example, if the temperature increases, the cell's efficiency little bit decreases, there is a loss in the power also. That is called as a loss or change in the power output is known, it is called as a temperature coefficient. And if the temperature is lower than 25, this formula it is used. Calculating the maximum temperature. In the maximum temperature, we have to consider the voltage as well as the short open circuit voltage, temperature and well as open circuit voltage. So in this one, open circuit voltage at 0 degree, it is a 30.2 volts, So the difference between the temperature cell and is at 0 degree minus 25 is minus 25 degree. So now minus 25 degree we have to multiply with the temperature coefficient. I got the temperature coefficient minus 0.104, that it will give 2.60 volts. So maximum voltage that can be calculated is 30, that is open circuit voltage, plus this last temperature voltage, increase in the voltage, that we get as 32.8 voltage. To calculate the minimum voltage, we have to consider that when the cell, we'll get the minimum voltage when the cell is very hot. That time we are going to get the minimum voltage, that is at the temperature 75 degrees Celsius. During that time the it will be having less efficiency, less voltage. So we can calculate, this is temperature coefficient which is a given temperature coefficient minus 0.485, power, maximum power during that one, and voltage at this one, short circuit, temperature coefficient of VOC, open circuit it is. Okay, now we will use this value to find out the minimum voltage. So it is given as the temperature coefficient is minus 0.485 percentage, so that becomes minus 0.00485. Then we have to multiply into 24 volts, then we will get a value that is minus 0.1164. And now temperature, the difference in the temperature, that is 75, that is a 75 maximum temperature minus the operating temperature minus 25, that 50 degree we are getting. 50 is multiplied with temperature coefficient calculated, that is into 0.1164, we are going to get minus 5.82. so this minus 5.82, it is subtracted with 24 volts. What voltage we are obtaining from the PV system? 24 volt, or single module 24 minus 5.8, that is the minimum 18.18 is a minimum voltage. Less than that voltage this PV system will not work. So the what happened, the minimum and maximum, minimum module voltage is 18.18 volt and the maximum is 32.8 volt, means it varies with plus or minus 5 or 10% we can vary the voltage. Now we will calculate the number of modules, the minimum number of module in the string. How many number of modules required for a string to have this voltage? So in this one, what will happen, we will take this minimum voltage is multiplied by 0.99, that is 10, it is 1% DC cable loss. In the DC cable we are considering that 1% voltage drop due to the cable use. So that is minimum 17.99 is a minimum voltage we are getting. The minimum inverter input voltage should, from the data we are obtaining, should increase by 10% safety margin. So therefore the voltage figure is multiplied by this 1.1. This is a inverter voltage 268 voltage, that is we have taken from data sheet will be given for the inverter, for the model they will be given, we have taken for that. It is multiplied by 1.1, so we are getting 294.8 volt. So now what we are dividing, 294.8 volt by 7 minimum voltage, that is 17.99. so 16.39 models, means approximately 17 models must be connected in series to form the string. So this is some data specification data provided technical data, that is maximum DC power, the value maximum voltage, MPP voltage range, the range they have given, the MPP voltage, two ranges it will be having. One, it is a minimum range, and another one it is having a maximum range. Now again we have to calculate the maximum number of model in the string. So what happened, what is the maximum, the safety margin or the voltage from the inverter, from the data sheet obtained is 600 volts. Now it is taken 5% safety margin, that is 95%. We have to multiply with 0.95, we get 570 volts. Now this 570 volts should be divided with the maximum voltage of the module. The maximum voltage of the module we have obtained is 32.8. So when we divide, we get a 17. So 17 strings each string should have 17 modules. So this is the particularly safety MPTT range safety margin. Safety margin they have given 268 volt to 480 volts. In that one 16 model, what will the maximum voltage, minimum voltage, and maximum for 16 model, for 17 models, for 18 models they have given, which they will be operating. Less than that and more than that voltage the PVC system stop working. The maximum matching model to the inverter power rating. So manufacturer, most of the manufacturer give the values of the inverters like maximum PV array rating power, maximum DC input power, and maximum AC output. So inverter is having all the specific values, they are having all the specific values. And losses in the inverter, losses also should be considered. And for example, what happened, the maximum voltage the PV system is giving to the giving to the inverter, it should match with the inverter also. And the AC current, AC supply which is given to the grid, it is little bit higher, it is little bit, the value is little bit higher because it has to consider the losses also. For example, see here in this one what happened. For example, the maximum DC power of an inverter is 320, while the maximum power of the model is 185 volt. So how many strings, how many models are required? 17 models are required. If for 17 models, if 17 models we are connecting, we are taking 17 model and we are forming a string to this one. So the specification also it is a given in this one. You can see the various specification of this one. It is having different model and all the values ratings of this one. It is a given in this one. MPPT value also, maximum minimum value they have given, and maximum voltage they have given, efficiency, and even they have given the what is the efficiency of particular each model they have given. And for the now we'll consider the example. See if this 17 model, in the 17 model when we multiply each model will give 185 watts. So when we multiply with the 7, it is given 300 or 3145 watts watt power it is giving. That is less than that of a required thing. The second one is of an example of Berlin, Germany. So we consider the 16 model in one string. So the output power we are getting is 2960 watts. So in this one diagram it is given. This is the efficiency curve of a Sunny Boy 5000 TL, means it is a name given to a model, name different way. So this is the efficiency curve. It is a curve which is given to this one curve, which shows the total power. See, this is if any they have shown if a model is connected, more models are connected to a inverter, what happen? Actually what happen, there are losses. There are losses due to temperature, cable loss, dirt. These are unavoidable losses. So if this models, if it is, if these things are then what happens in this one, what happens, that efficiency we are not going to get the complete efficiency. So to make up or to make up that one, some more models are attached or are connected to compensate the losses. So now let us go move with the losses in utility interactive PVC. So this is in this one what happened, there are many factors which derate or which decreases or which are losses, which are called as a losses. Losses are nothing but derating. Derating means if they want to get maximum efficiency, you cannot practically you cannot obtain that one, because they due to the losses. The main major first one loss is the temperature loss. The temperature, what happens, it decreases the efficiency. When as the temperature increases, the efficiency goes on decreasing. So we will take one example for this one. The example of the this one model, Sharp model, a model, it is installed in Sydney, and the ambient temperature is 20 degree. So from the ambient temperature, and we will add another one 25 degrees Celsius, which the model will be working. So 48, the maximum temperature is a 48 degree. The difference between this one is standard, and the maximum difference is 23 degrees. So 23 degrees, and temperature coefficient for this one is 0.485. We will get as 0.00485. Okay, then we multiplied with the temperature, so we get 0.115. For this one we have to minus this one with 1, so we get 0.888. So when you bring into efficiency, that become 88.8%. Therefore the resultant temperature efficiency is 88.8 for this one. The next example for this one is we call as we will install a Sharp model in a Berlin. The temperature of that Berlin is average temperature is 9.8 degrees. So from the ambient temperature, the cell temperature is calculated plus 9.8 plus 25 degrees, 34 degrees. Difference in the temperature 34.8 minus 25, 9.8 we are getting. The temperature coefficient is, the temperature coefficient in percentage is 0.485 percentage, that is 0.00485 and this has to be multiplied with the temperature. When we multiply with the temperature, then it becomes 0.00485 into 9.8 is 0.047, and it has to be subtracted by 1, so we get 0.952. so the resultant efficiency is 95.25. so in the cold region, you will get more efficiency compared to the some hot regions. So but what happened, the efficiency might be more in colder region, but during the hot region, the sun rays will be the intensity of the sun rays will be more, and you will get a longer generation of electricity, since the day timing will be more compared to the colder region. The another losses which happen is the soiling of the PV arrays, where the dust is going to form on the PV arrays or PV cells. So the dust, what happen, the dust will decreases the efficiency or the output of the cell. Now next goes to the voltage drop. Voltage drop in this one is related with the cabling. The PV cells will be there, or PV models will be there. The DC power is supplied through the cable to from cell to the inverter. A cable has to be, the cable size has to be calculated properly, and it has to be checked. So the designer, what they will do, they will try to buy the cable of a large specification, or instead of adding another model, they will try to take a larger cable. So when this will happen, the losses decreases. The losses, for example, if the losses now they are considering as a 5% voltage drop, but other governing bodies like US National Electric has certified that it should be between 1 or 2%, or the maximum it goes to 2 to 5%. The losses are permitted in this one. Inverter efficiency is important. So what happens, inverter when it is working, it is having its own losses. So heat loss will be there due to the electronic parts and the transformers. So the efficiency of the inverter, it is given in data sheet. They have given there is a different efficiency. Little bit changes will be there, like inverter 2000, 3000, 2500. They have given little bit changes are there. So efficiency is there. And another one thing is, now let us go with the calculating the system fee, calculating system yield. System yield, the amount of energy derived per year. Per year, it is called as a system yield. Means how much energy you are going to take. When you are preparing a site, what happen? You should be able to calculate what will be the amount of energy it is going to produce in a year. That is very important. That we are going to calculate in the example. We will consider this example in the Sydney, that is Australia. So using the last example only, where we have taken 17 modules in a string, 17 modules we have taken. So it is rating, it is producing the power of 3145 watts it is producing. So some data also we are going to collect it. So we collected data from Australian Bureau of Meteorology, is showing that the average Sydney receives 4.5 peak sun hours per day, and so we have to multiply it with the 365 days. And here also there is some derating factors. Derating factor means there are losses which reduces the efficiency of the PV set. What actually we require 3200, but we are not getting, we are getting 3145 we are getting. So there is a little bit loss or a changes are there. So this changes, what we are getting a derating factor. It is due to tilting of the roof also, because the sun will be moving in many in moving will be moving in from one direction to the another direction. So the always there that the particular PV model has to tilt it. Some models which are installed stationary, they will not tilt. So there will be little bit change in the observation of the solar energy that we have taken it. So we have to calculate, multiply with all those factors. When you multiply all these considering factor, derating factor, losses, sun energy, and total number of sticks modules we are using, so we will get one value. So that value is 3669 kilowatt per hour we should get. So what this is, when we install PV model, we should get 3669 kilowatt. But actually what we are getting, we are getting 3100. We are getting this value. We are getting what? 3145 we are getting the value. So there is a sharp decrease of 500 kilowatt. That kilowatt goes in the losses, derating factor, and many things are there. So it reduces from practical value, reduces from the theoretical value. So this is the they have given annual radiation or radiations and radiation they have given in this one. And some another one, system losses. These are the losses they have given. These losses are very important. So temperature, due to the temperature, losses will take place. Dirt and soiling I have told you, dust which accumulate on the PV cells reduces the efficiency. That also is there, we have to consider. Some manufacturer tolerance. When a manufacturer is making, it is a one okay, when a manufacturer is designing, there is some tolerance. You won't get actual value what it is giving a data sheet. So little bit changes of the shading means we already know, shading due to the other objects will fall, the shade fall on the PV cell, that also decreases a lot. Orientation and tiltation angle, change of the or movement of the PVC panel also a little bit decreases the efficiency. Voltage drop and inverter, this all things come into account. It is called as system losses. This system losses will be there. So that system losses, you won't get the actual value, you will get less than the actual value.